All right, we're live, guys.
Welcome to the Bullshirt podcast.
This is our second remote episode. Rich is not here. I know everyone is surprised.
Don't even get me started. Motherfucker's gonna take shit when I see him next. It is what it is. Next time it'll be with special guest star Rich,
Cameo from
Mr. 1987 himself, Rich Johnson. Fucking dick.
Yeah.
Love you, buddy.
1987 himself. I just feel like just hearing that, it sounds like he comes riding up on a fucking skateboard.
With a pair of Converse, the high top Converse on.
Doc Brown would have dropped him off from 1987.
There you go. Hey guys, good to be here. Good to be here. Much love.
And then he does a kickflip and says, "Do the do."
Do the do. Oh, gee, there's just so little going on in the world right now. I don't even know what to talk about.
Yeah, it's so calm right now. Everything is going like it has been for the past decade.
Yeah, everything is totally fucking normal.
A lot of nondescript nothingness.
I wonder, I know there's a bunch of stuff in the news about divorce rates are predicted to go up, but I wonder how the murder rate has been affected. Because that like 70 to 80% of murders or so are committed by someone that you know.
Yeah.
So I wonder how many people have been straight up fucking murdered. Like, it's like, if you snore one more goddamn time.
I personally can't even imagine what would have happened had my ex and I gotten sequestered together. Obviously, things were not.
The next fucking episode of Snapped. Right. That's what would have happened.
She would have killed me with some sort of biochemical agent that they never would have found. So, don't know. He was eating eggs and he fucking died. Piece of shit. I mean, what?
So. My bet would be on a pillow to the face. That's what my money would be on.
Pillow to the face is always an acceptable way of murdering a loved one. We here on the Bullshirt podcast condone murdering motherfuckers with a pillow.
It's fine.
On the face.
It's good.
It's humane.
You have to forgive me. I'm a little hungover. I went on a little bit of a tequila bender last night. So...
A little hungover. I went on a little bit of a bender.
It's a little bender. Well, in relation to some of my benders, yeah, that was little.
I went on a small bender.
Yeah, did not see that one coming. I was like, it's been a while since I've drank. I don't drink much anymore. I was thinking, man, I really haven't drank, and I've got. I'm a big tequila fan. I've got Cabo is still one of my favorites, and didn't have anything to mix it with. But I went to the grocery store yesterday and got a bunch of fruit and vegetables because I've been eating nothing but fucking meat and carbs, and my guts were like, yeah, keep it up, asshole. So, and due to the store, so I went in and I was trying to behave, and I've got a bunch of gaiters that I've got for the motorcycle, and I wore one of those. And as I was walking in the store, I grabbed a couple things, and it slipped and fell down off my face. Well, now, I'm sure you guys realize this, but for those that don't, right, it would have made 0 sense for me to reach up after touching things and putting this face covering back on my face. At this point, I'm better off to just leave it be. So I do. And I definitely was getting some sideways glances. Didn't care, whatever, right? There was this one particular incident where I was trying to get a loaf of bread, and this man and this woman, they're both wearing N95s, right? and they're just bitching at each other, man. You know, speaking of divorce rates, right? They're bitching at each other. He can't do anything right. She can't do anything right. Neither one of them want to be in the store. Oh my God, you know, people aren't wearing
That
masks.
sounds even funnier that they were bitching at each other through N95
Oh
masks.
yeah, because it's like Jesus Christ. You
fucking hate you so much. You fucking
son of a
hate
bitch.
you.
Swear to God. Fucking
So I'm trying to get through. She takes a fucking phone call at this point and is standing with the cart perpendicular in the fucking aisle on the phone. And I'm just standing there and I'm like, you know, first I do the, oh, she doesn't see me. And then she kind of looks up at me and goes back to her phone call. And I'm like, oh, bitch. So I just started charging towards her. I was like, all right, me and my unmasked viral vector fucking self is going to walk right the fuck by you. And she like starts to squirm and scatter trying to get away from me. And it's just, I'm, I'm not an asshole. I'm not trying to infect anybody, whatever. But for the love of God, act like you have some fucking sense. Even if you don't, act like it for a second, you know? Ugh, fucking hate
Well,
you.
it's out. Me personally, I would have gotten closer and closer and closer, and I would have been at that uncomfortable talking 6 inches away distance if she didn't turn that fucking cart.
And then looked at her and been like, what? The CDC recommends 6 inches.
And so do I, girl.
This fucking close to her face. What? The CDC says 6 inches away from your fucking face.
Excuse me, could you hand me that loaf of bread, please?
Ma'am,
Please?
ma'am, ma'am.
Ma'am. I'm curious what you're doing over there, Doug. Your webcam's just doing all sorts of weird shit tonight.
That's a lot of MPEG distortion.
I don't care.
I kind of like it.
The less I see of Doug, the better. Just saying. Oh, and we're back. Yeah, people are just it's the it's that whole I can't stand selfish people in general, and the way that people are acting. Still I'm seeing the meat aisle looked like it had recovered a little bit. The pasta aisle, I was like, oh, you know, I haven't had spaghetti in forever. Not thinking, right? My head's not in the COVID space like it seems everybody else is, and because a lot of my habits, I was talking to a woman behind, she was the woman ringing me up, and she seemed shocked that I was speaking to her. Like, I've noticed that people are just abandoning normal conversation and just pleasantries. And I was talking to her about a lot of my habits have not changed. Now, I've grown up with ENT issues, ear, nose, throat. Since I was a baby, I've been going to those types of doctors. They wanted to put the tubes in my ears, all that garbage. So I've got a lot of scarring in my sinuses. I get sinus infections really easy. Staph infections in my sinuses a lot. So I tend to wash my hands a lot after I touch things and try not to touch my face and stuff like that. So a lot of my habits have not really changed. And yet it seems like washing your hands and shit is some sort of a new thing for people, or understanding that if you touch something and then you touch something else, that you could carry things from one to the other. Like, I don't know. It's just some of the shock that I see on it is just, I don't know. It's just strange.
It's never been a fucking problem though. That's the thing. Like, no one's used to this.
I guess that's what it is that, you know, when you've grown up with, you know, a health issue like that, not a major health issue. I don't have cancer. I don't have, like, you know, MDMS or anything like that. MDMS? Is that right? Is that a thing?
No,
No, that's
not. MS.
MS. There's another. What is the? Oh, I know what MDMS is. That's the damn material data. Material. Hold on.
No, MSDS.
Is it MS? Okay.
Safety data sheet.
There it is. Yeah. Fuck. I'm gonna remind people that I'm hungover and that my brain's not working. But right, I don't have MS. I don't have cancer. I get it, right? But when you grow up with something like that, I guess maybe you tend to be a little more mindful than other people. I don't know. But then again, you got people out there trying to fucking, you know, they want people to get the National Guard involved when somebody goes out to take a run without a mask on. Nextdoor has been the Nextdoor app has been just a treasure trove of
Oh, dude,
fucking
I signed
awesome.
up for it when I heard you guys talking about it. I was like, dude, I'm totally looking, and everybody's bitching. He's wearing a mask. He's not wearing a mask. He's wearing a mask. Quit setting off fireworks at 8:00. Just how? Don't set off fireworks.
Right? Yeah. Mask, no mask. Mask, no mask. Hey, has anyone heard the fire? There was one on. There was one this morning that I read. A woman just moved here from Oklahoma, and she's concerned about all the skunks she keeps smelling at night. And I thought, I hope this is a joke. I really do. Like, so I don't know. We'll see. Yeah.
Hey, Doug, we can't hear you.
Oh no. Oh no. Doug broke it.
No, Doug. No, not like this, Doug.
We are currently sans Doug. Please hold. No. No.
No.
No. Excuse me. Nope.
Keep talking. Okay, all right, we're talking.
Keep talking,
All right, I'm sorry.
motherfuckers. All right.
I feel like Doug's gonna shoot us now.
We-
Keep talking.
we-
Yeah, keep on fucking
We
talking.
were talking. We were saying that you weren't here. So, yeah, no waveform there, buddy. No waveform. It's be a great time to kill it and come back. Excuse me, Mark.
No, this is perfect.
Excuse me. Technical
Just jiggle the cable.
difficulties.
Just jiggle it.
Well, Skype isn't what you're talking into there, Doug. You're talking into Zencaster. So having input into Skype doesn't do you a whole lot of good there, bud. Hey, you typed it. Fuck off. And what would you like to do with all the dicks, Doug? Yeah.
Not part. All of the dicks.
Can you? No. Yeah, there he goes, pixelating again. I think Doug's having internet issues. He's having those
Them interwebs.
interwebs are broken. A gilded Doug. It's weird because I can't hear you, but I can read your lips.
I think I know what he's saying. I'll translate. Doug, just mouth it into the cam, and I'll say it. Fuck, fuck, fuck.
That's what I got. Fuck. Yeah. That last one may have been fuck. I was a little hard to hear the intonation on that one. So, Doug, did you kill your browser and start over? That's what I had to do earlier.
Just F5 the Zencaster window and see what happens. Maybe not.
Also, check to make sure your audio settings didn't change on the fly. They shouldn't, but
Oh yeah.
it's Windows, and Windows does whatever the fuck it wants. There he goes, looking off.
Whenever Windows does what it wants.
Whatever. Oh.
Da-na-na.
Fuckers hear me now?
Yes.
Yes, we can.
Yay.
Guess who's back?
Well,
Back
the
again.
only thing that I was afraid about is it turns around and kills the audio for that entire section.
Hmm?
I hope not. We shall see. I really, because it did start over
Yeah,
on your track.
I can see your.
Yeah, that's why I was trying not to do it and trying everything else.
All right, guys, let's restart the podcast.
Right?
So this is the beginning. All right, what do we talk about first?
Oh, I see.
Divorce rates, murder.
Murder, divorce rates. Yeah. Doug, it's interesting. Yeah, it'll be curious to see if it holds it and then uploads it. I bet it does. There has to be some.
Probably will.
There has to be some sort of.
It's saved in the browser, so
Yeah, I would
It
think
should
that there's a contingency plan for that. So, but yeah, I see what you're saying because the waveform started over. It might have.
Yeah,
I'm like, fuck.
because I have brains between my ears.
Yeah. We'll go with that. Ooh, I have a Red Bull in the freezer. I'll be right back. You guys carry on.
All right, all right.
Just trying to get
I
feet
did. I
back.
didn't.
So, in weird ass news, on March the 30th, we had a resident of Washington that was arrested after a high speed chase where they crashed into two different vehicles and the police pulled them over going over 100 miles per hour. And the police were shocked when they found a pit bull behind the steering wheel where the guy who was trying to teach his dog how to drive was driving from the passenger seat, operating the brake and the gas and the steering wheel. But he was also booked as being on drugs at the time, shockingly enough.
My question is, what is the end game? Like,
Dude,
what
if you
is the
could get your
point in
dog,
teaching your-
if you could get your dog, think about this. If you could get your dog
I'm waiting.
to, one, drive to the store for you, or two, more importantly, and I think we all know where I'm going with this, is you could take the dog to the bar with you. Dogs don't drink alcohol, so there two, and four, you could have the dog drive you home from the bar. No DUI. Boom.
That's still fucking illegal. He doesn't have a license.
But it's driving without a license and opposable thumbs, but it's not a DUI.
Crystal meth is a hell of a drug.
Right.
You're not skirting the law by doing a different illegal thing.
But aren't you?
No,
No,
you're
you're
not.
not.
You're not.
I see you're standing in for Rich this time.
Yeah.
Oh, but aren't you though?
But aren't you though? Crystal meth. I never understood, let's say, crack, crystal meth, all that shit. It was like, when is Coke not enough? Like, when did someone say, this Coke's really good and I've done a bunch of stupid shit and banged a bunch of hookers, but I think I need something just a little more potent, something with a little more pick-me-up. Just, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Hey, you know what? Everyone has a different trajectory. Some of them go straight down.
Right.
It's okay. Everyone's got their own life to live.
Everybody's got their own thing.
Yeah. It's because just a little bit of meth. Just a tiny amount of meth. It's not so bad.
So what are we doing with how long are we supposed to stay quarantined now? Right? Because I am of the firm belief, I've mentioned before, I love like the post-apocalyptic movies and all that. A lot of the zombie movies and shit. And 28 Weeks is a perfect example of you get somebody with, excuse me, who's asymptomatic, and they're brought back into this clean zone, and the entire thing winds up coming back, right? And I guess I kind of feel the same way about COVID, is that the minute you reintroduce everybody and people, it's America, so people are going to go way over the fucking top with it.
Oh yeah. Let's all get in a big hug
Right?
in the middle of the fucking town.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's all hug each
I'm going to go into this bar and just lick people at random.
Yeah, fuck them.
Fuck them. Fucking liberals. So
Yeah.
I'm just curious what people's mindset is on that. To me, there's kind of two schools, right? You can go, I think it was Sweden was criticized because they didn't do the full lockdown like a lot of other countries did. And they, their health minister basically was like, look, we just don't see the value. We just don't see the value in that. And I thought I read yesterday that they are seeing kind of a sharp incline in cases, right? Which you would expect that. And the way the article was written, it said, that the deaths there's been this big spike in deaths. But again, I think that correlates with more cases, right? You're going to have more deaths. And this is going to sound morbid and a little bit sociopathic, but at some point, or as I like to call it, Dan, but at some point you got to pull the Band-Aid off and accept that there's going to be loss of life. There's going to be some, bad things that happen. And I'm not one of those putting the economy in front of, lives kind of thing. But you can't hide from a virus forever. You can't, right? It's not realistic. Without one of three things, either a vaccine, right, to keep people from getting it, herd immunity, which we're not getting if we're hiding, or testing. Everything that I have read revolved around testing slows it or stops it because you know who's infected and who they've been around, and you can quarantine people very intelligently and systematically. But again, like I said, I see comments because I'm guilty. I continue to read the fucking comments on news stories, and I'm pretty sure that really stupid fucking people are just incapable of not putting their opinion out on the internet.
They're confident. Stupid people are
like
confident.
3 people sitting in their apartments, on and putting out podcasts. But anyway, so I'm just, like I said, people are like, "Oh, bring the National Guard in and put these people down by force," and shit. I'm like, "Fuck, dude, calm down, right?" Americans are spoiled.
They need to be shot, dude.
They just shot, right? For fucking,
If they leave their house,
just don't
they
leave
need to
your
be
house,
shot.
right? That's why Instacart's out there. But then someone has to leave the, "Shut up, Dan." Okay, sorry.
Someone drives the nope. It just magically appears at my fucking door.
Well,
Right.
it's like what I keep hearing is, they've put out some figures, and get up to herd immunity. What you have to have is you have to have 80% of the population immune to the virus. And I heard someone the other day that said, "Well, the only way we're going to do that is to take everything loose." Well, I said, "Well, if you go by the initial figures of the disease's mortality rate by 3%, because, we don't have great data on it at this point. We're getting data, but it's not great data. If you take that 3%, and they said if you just let it run wild, approximately, 100 million people in the U.S. would catch it, or a third of the population. Well, you take 100 million, 3%, that's 3 million dead. And if you wanted to get to herd immunity, you would basically have to have everybody go out and give each other a big smooch to
Group hug.
get up to 80%. I guess we would, the FDA would sponsor orgies or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Orgies, concert orgy, whatever you got to do to
at work.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm down. I hear you, Doug.
And then you would be looking at 9 to 10 million people dead. And even at 3 million people dead, if you took a look of the history of all the wars since this country was founded, that would still be less death total than 3 million.
And that's right. So, I mean, herd immunity, I don't know. This is a tricky one, man. There is no right or wrong answer. And the idea that everyone wants to politicize it drives me fucking nuts, man. It's now the whole thing. I was just reading, there was I think it was in Michigan yesterday. There was this big protest, guys, standing outside with the ARs and all that about, or maybe it was Ohio. I'm sorry. I think it was Ohio. And they're pushing back on all the, protocols and stuff. And it's just interesting that they're making it all about liberals, that liberals are, the ones that are, they want to destroy the economy. They want to control everything. I think I explained last time that, yeah, I do believe the government, both federal and local, have overstepped some serious boundaries in relation to the Constitution. Right?
I don't think they have.
I think they have, but I think that at the same time, even if you were to open everything up, I'm not going to go to the bars. I'm not going to go to a movie theater. I am going to try to avoid people a little while longer, right? That's just me.
Right.
But then again, I hate people. So, but I do believe, but again, washing your hands, maybe keeping the face coverings on. I don't know. I mean, this is a tricky one, man. And I don't want to see the economy tank, but what do you think happens if 3 million people fucking wind up dead? Or if 100 million people wind up sick? You don't think that hurts an economy? Because it does, right? I don't believe that there is a perfect answer to this question, I think, is
It's
what
testing.
it boils down to.
It's all testing.
That's really all. From what I can tell, that's the best answer I can come up with too. Right? Is testing. We need to know who hasn't, who doesn't, and then you can quarantine and work things out from there.
Well, I've also been keeping up with the news, and the reason why they are starting to look at slowly lifting some of these lockdown orders now. The the way some of these other coronaviruses have gone, and obviously, since it's on our shores, it's gone as far as it has. What it would be at this point if we didn't do anything is it would come up along with all the other seasonal colds and flus because the environment would be more conducive for them to be being carried in the air. That's where you get your largest source of transmission. Yeah, I mean, obviously, touching surfaces, that's one thing, but where you get a virus that really spreads mass scale, it's airborne. And in the later spring and in the summer months, the atmosphere generally isn't conducive to it being spread. That's also why we see seasonal colds and flus fall off this time of year.
Right.
So the theory at this point is that until we get to a vaccine, which they're even guessing at this point, since we don't have obviously any studies on the non-existent vaccine yet, that it may be just like your standard flu vaccine, being the fact that it's not like polio or anything else to where when you get introduced with antibodies that those just hang around forever or an insanely long time. Even if you've caught the disease directly, you may only have immunity to it for a year. So what we may see from this point forward, when we finally do get to a vaccine, is literally having to go get your annual COVID-19 vaccination along with your flu shot and everything else.
I think what you mean to say is you need to get your annual Bill Gates mind control shot because
Serum.
you got the battery in the brain control thing has to be refreshed or something. I don't know. So.
Yeah.
It's like a CMOS. You got to
Hey, dude, I am all about it because let me tell you this. If you get at that point, in my personal opinion, if you have some jackass that believes in that sort of bullshit, doesn't take the shot, and that motherfucker dies,
Darwin.
There you go.
Cleaning out
Bye-bye,
the jingle, baby.
Stupid fuckers.
I don't understand the hate that Gates has gotten lately. Like, I didn't realize there was this underground hate fest on Gates in general. Like, from what I have read and seen, he seems to be pretty fucking philanthropic with the billions that he has. I think he did. I was having this conversation the other day with my neighbor about, guys like Bezos and these guys that are making billions and billions and billions of dollars. And at some point, it's like, Jesus, you don't need any more money. You can't. You have the GDP of a small country.
I'm going for the fucking high score,
Right.
motherfucker.
And that's really what I believe. I believe a lot of your CEOs and shit like that are psychotic and simply competitive, like their moms didn't hug them enough.
They can't spend the money, so there's no point except
can't.
for getting the high score.
No. So your mom either didn't hug you enough or you had an uncle that hugged you too much. I don't fucking know which, but it's made you very competitive, right? And
yeah, the Bill Gates thing has been going on for
it's part of that whole conspiratorial new world order. These are the people that actually run the world kind of bullshit.
The owners of our country, the Church of George Carlin. But I didn't know that existed. Like, I was sleeping on that one. Apparently, I didn't realize. And so I started reading up, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, man! A dude makes billions. He wasn't even an inventor. He wasn't even an engineer. Who the fuck cares? Neither was
Steve Jobs.
Right? Who the fuck cares? These guys started in their garage. They found a good idea. They exploited the good idea. They made money off the good. People get mad at him. Well, you're the one that fucking uses Windows, man. He made it, and well, he stole it. I don't fucking care. All right, he did a thing. You liked the thing. The thing made money. Fuck off. So
He stole the fucking IBM. He went to IBM and stole the fucking
right.
fucking hate Bill Gates.
It just-
he's probably trying to control the masses.
And I'm just like, wow, the guy makes billions of dollars doing something, and then he turns around and seemingly tries to help, and motherfuckers still want to say, yeah, now he's using nanotechnology that doesn't exist yet to control the human mind and vaccines and their poison. And I'm kind of like Doug in that sense. Hey, you know what? You don't want to get the fucking vaccine. Go ahead. There was one, I think it was swine flu. One of the swine flus, maybe they determined that the vaccine did cause some nerve damage or something like that. And I get that, and that's terrible, right? I don't think we can all agree on that. But watching 3 or 4 million people fucking die from a disease that we have a vaccine for is also fucking terrible. You know, life is not black and white. There is no perfect answer to anything. You got to do what you can do when you can do it, and that's.
I'm very.
He stole the idea for Windows. So.
we're still on that, huh?
Also, speaking of Sweden not going on full lockdown, I would just like to point out that if they did, the IKEA supply chain would dry up, and I would not be able to get the Beckett desk.
Oh yeah,
for my for my room.
I'd have no furniture.
What else am I gonna have? What else am I gonna spend my stimulus check on?
Right. What would you do? Right. The stimulus checks.
So
the stimulus checks. Oh, the stimulus checks.
that's a dick swinging contest if I've ever fucking seen one. The Republicans come out and say we're gonna give you $1,200, and then the Democrats are like, nah, man, nah, $2,000 fucking dollars. It's gonna turn into this fucking dick swinging contest until one of them cuts $1 million check to everyone in the U.S. and takes the fucking dollar.
I would encourage you to read the news on that, because there's not only stimulus for, and it's weird the way the shit works out. You get an actual stimulus check if you make under a certain amount, or if you get over a certain amount, you don't get shit, and the whole 9 yards. But the really interesting thing is at the very top end of the spectrum, people that earn more than $1 million, they get some really insane tax breaks.
I saw that. Yeah, it's fucked. Oh, it's trickle-down economics.
Yeah.
Yeah, that worked. Reagan proved that shit fucking works.
Yeah, right.
Now we got Reagan 2.0 proving that it works yet again.
When the boards and CEOs make bajillions, they trickle that back down to their people. Oh, wait, they don't? You
no,
mean they pocket it? Oh, fuck.
Yeah, they start buying back stocks. That's exactly what they do. It's like when you give a corporation more money, it's like, hey, what the board does is the board says, well, we have our annual compensation package that pays us blah, but we also get stock options every year at this price. So what we can do to inflate our own salary is make our stock worth more, not by investing in new products, not by anything else. There's going to be some of that. They're going to turn around and put some of that back in the company. But by and large, what they do with it is they take some of those profits, they start buying back the stock to reduce the amount of shares on the market, which automatically makes the stock start to go up. Right. So you've incentivized them to line their own pockets.
So you're saying trickle-down economics doesn't work?
I'm not saying it doesn't work as advertised.
It works.
Right? Yeah, exactly. It works for the people it was designed to work for. So yeah. I saw an article the other day. There's this dude. I want to say it was Australia. Here's the article. So this guy, his name is John Paul Drake, and he is the director of Drake's Supermarkets in Australia.
Is the article upside down?
Yes, and it's written
And the water's
entirely.
swirling the other way.
It's written entirely in kangaroo. And the guy says he made the news because a customer came in. He had somehow bought $10,000 worth of toilet paper and hand sanitizer and wanted to return it to the store because his eBay account, he said in the conversation, the shopper said, my eBay site has been shut down, so we couldn't profiteer off that. So Drake states, I had my first customer yesterday who said he wanted to get a refund on 150 packets of 32-pack toilet paper and 150 units of 1-liter hand sanitizer. I told him this, Drake said as he showed his middle finger to the camera.
Yeah, get fucked.
God love the Aussies. That's fucking great. I mean, fuck you, man. You were trying to profiteer off what is probably going to be, God willing, the most heinous thing that any of us see in our lifetimes, short of maybe like fucking 9/11. And honestly, patriotism aside, it's worse than that because this was global, right? This attacked every country, race, creed, religion, etc. And you're going to go buy a bunch of fucking toilet paper and hand sanitizer and try to jack up the price to make money. I'm all about supply and demand. Like I said, I am all about capitalism, free market. If you have a thing that people like and there's not a lot of them and you want to charge a lot of money, I mean, like, I don't know, for a fucking Wu-Tang album or something, do your fucking thing, but don't try to profiteer off of a goddamn pandemic, a fucking plague, like a biblical fucking event. Please stop and fuck you. So I think John Paul Drake deserves a round of applause for that one. Speaking of which, do we have an applause sound effect?
We don't have applause right now. We just have crickets.
All right, throw some crickets up there. Let's hear them. Just want to hear them.
Oh, that's good. Oh, I'm so happy.
Well worth the premium membership to Zencaster, by the way. Completely worth it. Worth every goddamn penny.
That's it. This is what we're paying for, boys.
Totally worth it. Yeah, we need applause too. So we need your standards, the applause, the crowd going, ooh, we need all of that. So.
Oh, yeah, I had a fucking laugh track and turned this into the goddamn Big Bang Theory.
It's about the only way anybody laughs at that show. Yes, I said it. I was not a fan. There were a few clips that were funny, but it was like sometimes things become so off-putting that they're just not interesting or entertaining. It's just not funny anymore. It's like, we're trying so hard to not be funny. We have achieved it. Oh, congratulations. Jesus.
Well, I saw someone uploaded an episode without the laugh track to YouTube, and it was the most cringy thing.
Oh, I imagine.
I've ever seen.
But
I think it's a little bit unfair because it's already going to be awkward because they wait for the applause when they do.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Bits and shit, but it was still cringy as fuck.
And even when you do it live, they've got the applause signs. You've seen them like on different talk shows and stuff when they pan out. So they actually, even in front of a live audience, they are, basically telling the crowd when to laugh. And if you like the show, I mean, let's face it, if you got tickets to go see a show that you like, you're going to laugh when they tell you to laugh, right? And they say filmed in front of a live audience. And it's like, yeah, they still have one of my favorite things ever. I love behind the scenes / bloopers. I fucking love bloopers, dude. Sometimes I think bloopers are funnier than the shows that you're watching. And some of the best ones are from the, filmed in front of a live audience. And you'll see them do a take 5 times before they get it. And it's funny, too, because then the crowd will be cheering and laughing. And you're like, okay, I didn't think it was that funny. But then you come to find out it's because they tried that fucking skit 5 times they finally got it. And what the crowd's actually cheering about is, yay, Joey made it fucking through and, actually got the line out. So, but I mean, I couldn't imagine. I did, I did some theater in school. I did a couple of plays and stuff, and it was nerve wracking. I can't imagine really doing that for a living. I think it's a weird industry. I don't have anything against actors. People want to hate on them, and it's like, yeah, but the actors and the musicians and the authors and all the creatives out there, they do improve your life, and they if nothing else, they give you a little bit of an outlet. I think, and people say, well, fucking, these celebrities should just keep their mouths shut and not, have opinions on anything. Well, they're still people, and they still have opinions.
No, they're not.
No, they're not.
And they-
Dance, monkey, dance.
And they have a built-in platform. So
That's the thing,
Yeah.
right? That I think is what people are really agitated about is not that they have an opinion, even though they think that's it. It's the fact that they have this platform, and the shit that they say, they have got people that are following them way more than is healthy, right? You've got to be, as an actor, actress, whatever, celebrity, you've got to be cognitive about that. You have to remember that the things you say are going to get taken maybe a little more seriously than, John Doe on the fucking street or some dickhead with a podcast.
Wait.
Meta.
wait. I think that was a commentary on us. I think.
Who says millennials are?
well, I mean, more or less, when you tune into a podcast, people have to fill the time with something, so you expect opinions.
Yeah, I would think so. That if you tune into a podcast, it's going to be there's going to be some opinions dropped there, right? Maybe one or two.
I mean, we're not rebroadcasting Ren and Stimpy episodes here.
It's close.
I want to push the button.
My beloved ice cream bar.
Ren and Stimpy is like Beavis and Butthead for me in that I didn't watch it when it was popular because I was one of those guys at that age, my late teens, early 20s, that I railed against things that other people liked. It's fucking stupid.
Yeah, that's why I didn't watch Breaking Bad until it was fucking over.
I don't know why you do that. It's always late teens, early 20s. Some people never outgrow it, though. I see people that never fucking outgrow it. I did. If something's very, very popular, I'll go check it out, and sometimes I like it. Now, that said, I will not watch Tiger King on Netflix. I will not do it. One, I'm just not interested.
You will eventually.
No, I am not interested, and
It's like a train wreck that you can't look away from because it keeps getting shittier.
I will not.
Okay,
I
Adam.
do my best
Here's the
not to
plan.
make stupid people famous.
Here's the
He's
plan.
already famous.
Yeah.
It's not going to be you. It's not your view that they need.
It is. They need my validation.
Here's the plan. What we're going to do is we're going to go kidnap Dan.
All right.
And then we're going to force him to watch it fucking Clockwork Orange style.
Oh, hell yeah. He's crying his eyes open.
Does anybody have any
Fuck
milk?
yeah.
Oh, here's something very important that we should talk about. And this was dropped yesterday on the 16th. Gears 5 Operation 3 balance changes are coming for the Lancer and Gnasher. Just putting that out there. So,
yeah, I think there's probably going to be one person listening to this podcast that gives a fuck about that, and it's probably me.
I was going to say, it's probably going to be you later when you listen. So, we need to play some. We haven't played Gears in a while. We should do that tonight.
I'm down for that.
I got nothing else going on. For one thing about working from home is that my apartment is clean, man. I've been cleaning my apartment. I've been doing time lapse videos. I've always known that time lapse. I love time lapse videos. I really do. My favorites are the ones where they show like houses being built or like a plant growing or whatever. I've always thought time lapse is fascinating. And
but do you put cool acoustic music in the background?
I do not. I have not put any sound effects on mine for two reasons. Number one, I'm lazy. Number two, I'm fucking lazy, and I just don't. But you're right.
It's got to be like a like a Facebook time lapse
Some easy
cooking
going.
video.
Yeah, that's what I
Where
do.
it's just a fucking acoustic guitar hitting 2 chords over.
I should do that. I need the practice. Yeah, I made a meatloaf and recorded that. I did groceries yesterday. I cleaned my floors, and the funnest part of that was after I was done, I set the camera back up and watched the floor dry. Right, so for like 30 minutes, it just sat there, and then it's like a 10-second clip of the fucking water just being gone. I fucking love that stuff. So that's the shit I've been doing to entertain myself, but it has kind of prompted me to continue cleaning because I think of whatever I'm going to do. I actually did one where I shaved my head, and I fucking, so I got a little stubble like this, and then I just ran the razor over and it disappears. I just take anything that takes more than about 10-20 minutes and I make a time lapse out of it. I'm having a blast with that. It's like, yep, this is entertainment, folks. This is where we're at. We have reached rock goddamned bottom. And so I don't know what to tell you.
Well, it was about 3 weeks ago or so that ESPN 8 actually ran the Ocho programming. They had the cherry spitting competition or cherry pit spitting competition. They had the stupid robot fighting championships. They had dodgeball and
Yes.
something else.
This is
Did you guys know NASCAR is doing iRacing now for their races?
the only reason I knew that is that one of their drivers apparently used a racial slur and got
Yep.
Yeah, he was streaming on Twitch or something, and they or I think they just have them stream to their own internal shit.
Okay.
And yeah, I guess he didn't realize that he was being recorded when he streamed. Yeah.
Well, I mean, he drives a car around in a circle for a living, so it's
Yeah.
doesn't need to be a fucking technology guru.
Well, it's like
Now he sits at his PC and pretends to drive a car around. And he's getting paid the same. That's so funny to me. Like, they're getting paid like they're driving and they're playing fucking iRacing.
Well, back from, being from Alabama back home, there was, at least at one point in time, there was a very large NASCAR following.
Yeah.
And while it wasn't total, by and large, the people that were the biggest NASCAR fans were also the biggest rednecks that drove me fucking nuts. So, yeah.
Yeah, I got NASCAR fans in my family. Yep, I know what you're talking about.
Well, I do know one thing, since we've got the whole COVID-19 thing going on and we're obviously all under lockdown, I can't get my hair cut. So I am venturing deep into what I like to call trailer park daddy territory, where you put your NASCAR hat on and your hair flips out from underneath.
Yeah. The wings on the side.
You had a fucking name for that.
Yeah,
That's fucking awesome.
That is trailer park daddy hair. That's where I'm supposed to be leaning outside every once in a while and tell you to quit fucking with my pickup up on blocks, because that's going to be the most badass son of a bitch around when I get done with it. And my grass is supposed to be about 2.5 feet tall.
Same guy that compliments his daughter's ass as she walks out the door. Girl, if you weren't my daughter, I swear to God.
Where you going dressed like that? Slut her up a little bit. Damn.
What are you, a fucking nun? Goddamn liberal. I like to point out again that I am neither a liberal nor a conservative. I like to make fun of both of them. So,
yeah,
to me, the guy's
You're
name
also
was.
not a nun.
No, I am not a nun. Kyle Larson was that dude's name. Make sure we get that out there.
Yeah. Guess what? No one knows who that is.
Well, yeah, he's the NASCAR guy.
He already got in trouble and no one knows who the fuck it is.
So like, who? Who said what?
Yeah, well, I mean, way back in the day with golf, the same thing happened to Fuzzy Zeller. It's like nobody knew who the fuck that guy was before.
No shit, right? Sometimes that kind of stuff.
They were talking about Tiger Woods winning the Masters way back in the day. There was
black people have extra ligaments or some shit.
No, it was. See, the guy who wins the Masters gets to pick what's served for lunch, dinner, whatever at the next year's festivities.
Okay.
And Fuzzy Zeller basically made a joke about fried chicken and
Oh
watermelon.
God! I knew it. As soon as you said food, I was like, "Yep, here we go." Unfucking real, dude. Like,
Yeah.
and then what's great about that, and I don't remember. I remember somebody in the sporting media or whatever made a comment about black athletes having extra ligaments or something like that. It was just fucking
the same.
stupid.
It's not a different fucking species. Bro. What are you talking about?
That's what I'm sure. I'm sure there are like anatomic textbooks out there that were just like, but
Yeah, the funny shit about that is since it's happened as much as it has, you should go back and watch some of the footage when this shit starts falling out of their mouths. And it's usually when somebody gets older, they start referring to slave breeding and then twitch muscle reflexes and white muscle versus red muscle and all of that. And when they start going there, if they're not alone at the desk, you can start to see the other people like just sort of and start backing away out of the frame. That way, when that clip goes viral, they won't fucking be in it.
Right, exactly. And what always kills
Step
me
away for a quick second. I'll be right back.
right back.
Well, it's kind of like that same moment that Kanye West and Mike Myers had on stage when he was like, George Bush hates black people. Mike Myers just saw him look at him like, what in the fuck?
And then meanders away. 1 million bucks. I'm out. And what kills me is that these people, then they turn around and they always, obviously their agent and all these people that are financially invested in them, push them to do some sort of an apology, right? They're like, I'm very sorry. There's no excuse for me saying things like
first
that.
off, I'm very sorry that George Bush does not care about black people. This is heartfelt.
I'm getting the mic back and I'm going to give this back to you in just 1 second. It's
I'm gonna let you finish.
But at the same time, I don't believe that you should, in some situations. Who was it? Who was the guy that was doing all the Star Wars movies? I think it was Star Wars movies, and they found tweets from like 10 years ago where he said some. God, I don't know. I can't remember if it was homophobic or if it was about if it was misogynic. God, I can't speak today. Hey, good day to do a fucking podcast, Dan. But anyway, he said all this dumb shit, right? Like 10 years ago. And so Disney initially dropped him from maybe it was the Marvel, maybe it was the Avengers movies.
It was the guy, not the guy that did the Avengers movie, but the guy that was the director behind Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes.
And they somebody went back through his tweets from like 5 years ago, 10 years ago, and he hadn't really made it big. And he was basically doing the stuff to be ironic, and not everything necessarily ages well with time.
Yeah, he was fired from Guardians of the Galaxy 3 initially. This was July of 2018. So I think they did wind up bringing him back.
They did.
Because he did. He put out an apology, and the apology really did seem genuine, right? That's the difference. And that's what I mean by that is that when a guy comes out and just goes, I'm very sorry. I never should have called that man the N-word. No shit, Sherlock. And that's just not something that you can – that's not a lack of judgment as say, making fun of something that's not really funny and then realizing a year or two later – damn, you know what? Now I'm a little older, I'm a little wiser. That wasn't funny, right? But racial slurs have never been funny, and you really just can't, racial, homophobic, again, misogyny, you can't really defend that. You can't defend that shit. You just can't.
I want to see a real apology one day, not the PR bullshit. It's like,
Right.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend. Blah blah blah. I just want somebody to come out and say, I'm a dumbass. That
Right.
was
Yeah.
at the time I had been drinking. I said the shit because I thought it was going to be funny.
Right.
And turns out, wow, surprise, not funny.
Well, and that's pretty much what Gunn did. And I'm looking at it was a total of 5 tweets, right, because of character limits, and that's kind of what he says. He says, "In the past, I've apologized for humor of mine that has hurt people. I truly felt sorry and meant every word of my apologies." He said, "Anyway, that's the complete honest truth. I used to make a lot of offensive jokes. I don't anymore. I don't blame my past self for this, but I like myself more and feel like a more full human being and creator today." When I read the apology, it seemed genuine. Like you said, yeah, I fucked up. And that's how I apologize. Man, I fucked up. But I fucked up. And then once I apologize, that's all I can do after that. I mean, I don't know what the guy's supposed to do. I don't know. It's a fine line, I guess. It's a fine line. You want a genuine apology.
A celebrity. I want a celebrity to come out with the "I'm a dumbass." And if anybody could get away with that, I would say, looking back on past stuff, Ryan Lochte. If Ryan Lochte ever said some shit that was just so totally offensive and got called on the carpet for it, he could say, "I'm a dumbass," and get away with it because everybody knows he's a dumbass. Did you mute yourself, Dan? Or are you looking for things and stuff?
I mute myself every night. Yeah, I was, because I'm over here typing and coughing and whatever. Who is Ryan Lochte? Yeah, right. Yeah, you fucking mute button. I swear to. Oh, swear to God.
Well, Ryan Lochte was one of the 2 golden boy U.S. swimmers. You had Michael Phelps, and you had Ryan Lochte. And Ryan Lochte. Remember the Rio Games that happened in like 2016 or whatever? Mm-hmm. And then you had some people that got into some legal trouble for doing some dumb shit. Ryan Lochte was one of them. If you ever watch any interview with the guy, anyway, any format, any place, it's going to take you approximately 7.3 seconds to realize he's a dumbass.
I swim fast.
So during the race, we
he's totally a fucking bro dude. That's all I'm saying.
We swam,
bro. We swam, bro, in water. It was fucked up.
I'm gonna find this guy.
It says in August 2016, Lochte was charged with providing a false claim of a robbery during the 2016 Olympic Games. I remember that now. Yes, he's
a fucking dumbass.
Yeah, they basically, I forget exactly what happened, but right, they said that they got mugged or some shit, and it turned out to be complete and utter bullshit. Wow, I had completely forgotten about that. Ryan Lochte went from earning millions to living paycheck to paycheck. Oh, my heart fucking bleeds for you, Sparky.
I swim fast.
So, dude, we were out there in the fucking pool, dude, and we fucking swam, and we just kept fucking swimming, dude. And I'll tell you, we just swam. So, any other questions?
What was your strategy, Mr. Lochte? Well, I figure I'll jump in the pool and then swim really fast.
Brilliant. All right, back to you, Bob. It always kills me when these people that are successful and wealthy and, seemingly well-loved, etc., do just the dumbest fucking things, right? And it's like, no, there's certain levels of fuck you. And this is fuck this guy especially, right, territory, because it's like he was making over $1 million a year. had all these endorsements, all that, and then you go and do something fucking stupid like that. Another one of my favorite. I told you I like behind the scenes and bloopers and stuff. Another one of my favorite things were those shows. I won $14 million and lost it all, and it absolutely reaffirms the idea of a rich mindset and a poor mindset, and that when you give people like that kind of money, they don't know what to do with it, right? And they do stupid shit. Like, you watch these shows and you go, what the fuck why would you? Oh, Jesus. I mean,
And I feel like that's an easy show to make because poor people play the lottery a lot.
well,
They
yeah,
end up
right,
winning a lot.
exactly. And so statistically, poor folks are going to win it more, right?
Yeah, it's either poor or like a really old guy who only gets to collect the winnings for 2 years.
Hell yeah, I'm gonna get hookers and blow. I'm gonna be alive 2 more
Fuck
years.
yeah, hell yeah, buddy.
As I
I'm
forget.
gonna sell it.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna sell his fucking prescription.
That's like when it got up to like was it $1 billion or some dumb shit like that here a few years ago, and they interviewed that guy and he went viral for. She's like, "What would you do if you won the money?" He's like, "Hookers and blow." And I'm like, "Fuck yes, fuck yes, finally."
I loved the look on her face. That was my favorite part of the whole thing.
Well, and that's partially why I fucking loved it. Is this dude didn't give a fuck. He was on camera. He didn't give a fuck about who heard what. He was very honest. I win $1 billion. I'm going to go get some high class hookers and some even higher class blow, and I'm gonna have a good goddamn time. And good for him. It's his fucking money. Whatever he wants to do with it, right? But yeah, those shows were always the best. Because they were all
won $14 million and I lost it all.
And that's
it's like, no, losing it means it's out of your control. You spent it all.
Yeah, you fucking blew it. I bought a fucking Panther, and I bought,
I bought 2 Hummer H2s.
Right. Why did you need 2? Well, one for Mondays and Fridays and one for Saturdays. Like, no.
And the dealership was having a Rocktober sales event.
With low APR. It's, I must be old and boring, because the first thing I would do if I won any amount of money is get debt free. And I would never go back into debt after that. If I had 10 million, I wouldn't go buy a $12 million home, right? Or whatever. I'm pretty domestic. I'd buy something I could pay cash for and then bank the rest or invest it or whatever. I don't know. It's fucking infuriating, because I think the infuriating part is that there were enough of those people out there that they could do like several seasons of a show on it. Like,
Yes.
This is not just a 1 or 2 off type thing.
I would actually watch some of that show. It's like, we gave this dumb fuck $10 million.
Yeah, like a real life Brewster's Millions.
Yeah, I mean,
I think they did that. There was some news station that did that. I think they got this money and gave it to a homeless guy and then followed him, and he had it spent in like 2 months.
Fucking Howard Stern did something like that, dude.
Yeah.
He was like, they gave a homeless guy like 10 grand or something.
What the fuck? How is he supposed to know what to do with 10 grand?
Yeah, but it's like, but I want to seriously see a reality show where they go to a fucking Alabama trailer park. They pick some dude out. We'll say the trailer park daddy, literally exactly what I described earlier. I want to see them give a trailer park daddy, let's see, to keep it semi-reasonable and just see how fast they just blow through it, about $2 million. And I mean like $2 million, like after taxes, $2 million. And I just want to just have them film this guy for a couple, for a year. Just make it one fucking season. I bet you that son of a bitch would have the nicest side-by-side ATV you ever saw in your life.
Well,
Yeah, he would have
That's
some
not fair,
sort of,
Doug. Wait, that's not fair because I would have like the nicest fleet of Harleys, right? It's all about what you're into, you know? I mean, so that's not
right.
fair. Of course, the guy's going to have a side by side.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, from a cultural perspective, that would basically be like Tiger King 2.
He'd get a double wide. He'd get the side by side Razor ATV.
No, those type of people, I'm not kidding you. He would probably get a double decker, double wide.
Oh yeah,
You
oh
know,
yeah. I've seen
a
those.
double decker, double wide.
Hey, I ain't hating. I've seen some nice goddamn double wides. So
Yeah,
my
I grew up in a double wide. It was actually pretty nice.
my ex's mom had a modular, and it was fucking
But-
impressive on the inside. I liked it.
Dan, was it a double decker?
It was not a double decker
Okay.
double
Because
wide.
that would have taken some sawzall work.
It's like a quadra ride, or I don't even know what that would be. It's dope.
Yeah, I can see them making what they refer to as the plantation special for that one, because it would be like an all white double decker, double wide with these big columns that they put out front and shit.
Looked like a Louisiana state or Louisiana manor.
But it would, still have to have the little wooden 4x4 pole that's got the goddamn electrical meter and everything else nailed to it to meet regulations. That would be fucking awesome.
Don't hate.
And the neon Bud Light sign out front.
Yeah, and as opposed to a pickup truck on blocks outside, there'd be a Lamborghini up on blocks.
And I would like to point out, like Adam said, he grew up in a double wide. I grew up in a trailer park. They're not exactly pleasant places to be, but so we're not hating on.
The double wide was dope, dude. Fuck you, I liked it.
You would.
That double wide was sick. It was like nicer than a lot of people's house.
Believe
Yeah.
me, I've been there myself, and I too. Yes, I'm from Alabama. I have lived in a trailer.
And the thing is that's why I feel like I can make fun is that
Exactly. I've been there.
I've been there and I've seen these people. And the fact is that the stereotypes didn't become stereotypes for no goddamn reason. All right. They exist for a reason because these people exist. Yeah, I get it. They exist everywhere. But there's a strange correlation between the NASCAR hat wearing, flip hair, beer belly. My daughter's cute beyond, what's healthy kind of thing. So,
My daughter's cute. No, I mean like.
No, man, I don't think you understand what I'm saying.
I don't think you fucking understand.
My God, I can't tell you how many times I've heard that at a bar in the fucking sticks of Ohio. Boy, I don't think you fucking understand what I'm saying. Oh, shit,
I
here
don't
we
think
go.
you picking up what I'm fucking putting down. Buddy.
While we're on the subject, I'm going to
Like it matters.
throw you guys
Under a
a
bus.
little screen snip here because I've got I use an antenna for television at the house.
Oh, I have an antenna and I get 57 channels right now.
That's ridiculous.
I have been seeing commercials for this fucking thing all over the place. Take a look
Oh
at your
yeah,
chat.
Trumpy Bear,
The Trumpy
the
Bear.
Trumpy Bear.
born
Yes.
June 14th. Wow.
Flag Day.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
So, they have these commercials where they have people who are obviously of a certain political party who are just talking about their Trumpy Bear and, how this and the damn thing is, it's like, I don't know if it's all of them or some of them. It's got a pouch in the back where you pull it out and it's got a fucking American flag cape on the goddamn thing.
Hell yeah.
Marketing,
Hell yeah, dude.
social engineering at its finest.
I like it.
Trumpy
I
Bear.
kind of like it. Like you're getting behind. They really get behind their fucking candidate, dude. That's all I'm gonna say.
You got to give him that.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to give him that.
It's a fucking, and you know what? Everyone hates fucking Biden. Even the Democrats are like, nah, dude, sorry.
I actually said, I was telling somebody the other day. Again, I'm kind of middle of the road, and they were talking about, the whole thing with the socialist Bernie Sanders, stepping down and Biden and all that. And I said, and somebody's like, yeah, he's going to beat Trump and all that. And I said, no, that's not.
He's really not.
There's no fucking way. The group that has put Trump in the White House for the first 4 years and will for a second 4 years, his biggest supporters is the Democratic Party, because they keep finding these fucking loons to bring in. It's like the libertarians. They do it too. They bring these guys in and they start talking and you're like, God damn it, here we go again. Right? Use a little common fucking sense. But yeah, they bring guys in like fucking Biden and you're like, no, this dude doesn't have a snowball's chance in fucking hell. And I just want to point out that my hatred of Donald Trump being the president isn't about his politics or him being a Republican or conservative. It's because he's a fucking idiot, dude. I grew up with Trump as the clown that he was, selling steaks and online or not online, on TV back in the day, and the fucking you're fired and all that shit. I grew up with him as this fucking goofy celebrity, right? And it's just very hard to take him seriously. And to see people my age and older putting, like, they've just forgotten about all the dumb in his past, right? It's not about his politics, because I tend to vote more conservative, more Republican. We discussed this when we discussed my future wife, Brandy Love, and about some of my politics. I just want the Republicans to bring me somebody that isn't Trump, right? And the minute that I say I don't like Trump, people are like, oh, you fucking love Obama? You want to suck Obama's dick? Is that what you want fucking him and Hillary Clinton to fucking double team you? Whoa. Hold on.
There's only two options here, bro. There's only two fucking options.
Right?
You either suck Trump's dick, bro, or you suck Obama's dick, and he's not even running or president anymore.
Right, so you decide. Open up. Which one do you want? And again, I go back to the Church of Carlin, right? It's the illusion of choice. He said, all of these people, they don't have to have secret Illuminati meetings to decide what they're going to do, because they all went to the same universities. They all go to the same country clubs. Their kids all are in the same frat houses and all that, right? So there is no difference. But if you want a bagel or ice cream, you got 32 fucking choices, they're all the same. I just don't like politicians in general. And those pictures are disturbing, Doug. Those are creepy.
Is that part of the commercial?
Yes.
The large man riding a Harley with his Trumpy bear on the Harley with him.
Yes.
The woman brushing its hair.
Yes.
That's super funny.
I'm looking for another one where there's a group of firefighters that are sitting around with a damn thing too. Hadn't found that one yet.
Trumpy bear, like Trump,
Trumpy
but with a Y on it. Trumpy bear. You guys have got to go look this up. If you're listening, everyone needs to see this. I want
this
you.
This was totally like a comedy thing. I remember this being a joke.
Trumpy bear?
Like 2 years ago. Yeah, it wasn't a real thing. They were putting out ads, but I guess it's actually a real thing.
It's a real thing.
Trumpy bear official website, gettrumpybear.com. I hate the fact that I might even send one person to this fucking. The wind whispered through the forest. A storm is coming.
I'm ordering 5 of them.
I am the storm. This is fucking insane. No.
I am the storm.
I am the storm. No.
The wind whispered through the forest. A storm is coming. I am the storm, the great American grizzly. Introducing the original Trumpy bear, the fearless, super plush American grizzly. Trumpy bear was born June 14th, Flag Day. Just find the secret zipper and pull out the American flag-themed blanket. Show your patriotism and proudly display Trumpy.
This can't be real!
God bless
Yes,
America.
it's real.
God bless Trumpy bear.
I'm going to order one.
American industry.
Oh, you can actually order it, dude.
Back on
Jesus
track.
Christ.
The deluxe.
That's fucking
The
awesome.
deluxe 22-inch Trumpy bear, 2 payments of $19.95. So $40 for these fucking bears. Yeah, this looks real, man.
It is real.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I see commercials for it on broadcast TV all the fucking time.
I'm
Trumpy bear.
just
I kind of want one. I'm not gonna lie. I kinda want one.
This is the type of thing that you get.
The wind
Stop with the wind whispering through the fucking forest. Stop. All right.
Every time, I like how auto plays.
Yes, it's like, please stop. Yeah, this is the kind of thing like the pound puppy, right? You get it, you never open it, you give it about 20 years, and then it becomes a collector's item. That is just...
Yeah, like Beanie Babies. Like
so
totally,
they took a bear, they put some bushy eyebrows, a bad wig, and a red tie on it, and called it Trumpy Bear. This is so fucked up.
That's awesome, dude.
Dude,
it's capitalism.
Think about how well a Nixon bear would have aged.
It would have looked about
the same. Yeah, a little less hair maybe. Hey, you know what? Yeah, more. You know, the funny thing is whoever's selling these is one, it's probably like a Chinese company or something, and two, it's probably some total like liberal.
Oh yeah,
tofu eating.
Like what's the dumbest thing I could sell to Republicans? And they made this.
Somebody was like, "Dude, we should totally."
Dude, let's do.
We should sell a Trump bear.
Teddy bear, Teddy Trumpy,
Trumpy.
Bear.
I just feel like bongs were involved with this.
I can get them wholesale, dude. I can get them wholesale on Alibaba.
You know, this picture wasn't in the commercial, but it fucking should have been. Let's see here. Right there.
And that's why I'm saying is that Kentucky Fried Chicken? What is that?
Yes. That's a bucket of Kentucky Fried Chicken.
So she's
firing a rifle into the air.
Yeah, she's got an AR that she's shooting indoors. A picture.
In some book. Oh, it's a picture.
Yeah, it's a picture of. I'm sure that's a famous photo. I'm sure we should know who that is, but I'm going to go with like John Wayne or Reagan or something. I don't know. Maybe it's Trump.
This was one of the late night shows that they were basically doing a thing with it.
Ah, okay. So like he said, this was a joke that apparently somebody took seriously.
Or it might have been the other way around. Maybe it's a real thing they joked about.
That could be true.
But Jesus Christ, this whole Trumpy bear shit, oh my God.
I want one, dude. I kind of want one.
Okay, Snopes. So Snopes ran something back in January of 2018. Yeah, a stuffed animal called Trumpy Bear is a real product available for purchase. And no, I don't rely on Snopes because their shit's kind of fucked too. But that's
multiple sources, them, Politico.
Right, exactly. That's what I was going to say. Yeah, fact check. God forbid.
Off of InfoWars.
And then InfoWars, right. God forbid I check multiple sources before I form an opinion. Whatever. A bombastic, over-the-top commercial has left some TV viewers and internet users baffled by the authenticity of Trumpy Bear, a 22-inch stuffed animal with a striking resemblance to the 45th President of the United States.
Striking? They made it look like him. It's so weird. It looks just like him.
Except it's not orange.
The fearless, super plush American grizzly is how a booming male voiceover describes Trumpy Bear in a 2-minute commercial first posted to a YouTube in July 2017. Even the toughest guys will love Trumpy Bear, the voice continues, as a woman is shown carefully tending to Trumpy's blonde comb-over and red tie, which accompanies cuffs, collars, and cufflinks to make up this immaculate corporate outfit.
Corporate outfit. It looks like a Chip and Dale outfit to me.
Now I've got Chris Farley fucking in my head. God damn it.
Well, I know what this episode is going to be called.
I
own a piece of history.
I just don't even. Oh wait! Hold on. Where is?
Oh, thanks. I was about to leave.
Where is Trumpy Bear made? Amazon. Do they have them on Amazon? Yeah, they do have them on Amazon. I was trying to find out where they're made because you know damn good and well where they're made, right? And
in China.
I just find the irony to that. Even that American flag cape.
ships from Dallas, Texas.
Yeah, right.
They don't ship outside the U.S., so I'm not certain that it's foreign made.
Really, they don't ship outside? Yeah, they do, because when you click the order now
We're
button
not shipping non-U.S. at this time.
but yeah, state tax will be added to orders in Texas. Okay. Yeah, there was somewhere where it said shipping outside the U.S. something. That's
Beware of imitators.
Make sure you get your genuine Trumpy bear.
Yeah.
We'd hate for you to get like a fake imitation Trumpy bear.
a fucking knockoff, right?
It comes with a certificate of
I didn't order no Ho Chi Minh bear.
Whoa. Oh my God. I don't know, man. It is what it is,
This
you know?
is the best website I've ever seen in my life.
Hey, like I said, capitalism, I can't, and that's the thing is I'm not dogging the fact that they did it and that they're making money off of it. That's capitalism. More power to you. It's the fact that people really are that into a president like he's a fucking celebrity, I'm just
He is a celebrity.
oh God, unfortunately you're right. Yeah. Or he was.
Yeah, see, celebrity. You fired.
You're fired.
I'm gonna create jobs. You fired.
What did I was just reading the other day, like last week, I think we said something about 6 million. I want to say it's up to like 22 million people have applied for unemployment. Here's the thing that I don't think people understand, or the concept, right, of money. I think people think that the government just prints money and it's money and it's worth $1. $1 a dollar, right? And obviously the three of us know that that's not the case. But we're doing all this stimulus work, right? We're sending out these checks. They were doing small business loans and shit. And apparently they went through the 350 trillion, some ridiculous fucking amount. I think it was 350 billion. I honestly can't remember now. Billions. So they went through all of that, and now you're going to be doing unemployment, which is more money coming out of the coffers. Do people not understand that this money has to come from somewhere? That this is not just magic money that we print and make. I don't know how much we can keep, how long the government, the feds, can keep pumping out all this cash. And the other thing that I keep seeing is people, especially on social media, see all this time they could have given us a universal basic wage and free health care and all that. And it's like, no, they really can't. I mean, they are, I get that, but this is not sustainable. That's the difference. Doing a one-time bailout is a little bit different than paying people to do nothing. But what the fuck is that concept? Just blows my mind. I'm going to pay you to do
It's
nothing.
like having $0.
It's
if everyone has $1,000, then it's the same as having zero fucking dollars.
Right.
Well, here's the thing. It gets into some complex financial theories, but generally what you see is during a recession, people look for a safe haven for their money. And the two biggest safe havens out there that people generally run to during a recession is two things: gold and other precious metals. Oh, no, not in hookers and cocaine. And the other is bonds. So
I thought you were going to say toilet paper.
No, because bonds during recessions are actually ridiculously easy to sell, because what's happening is you've got a lot of people that are taking money out of markets and sticking them in bonds. So while that money does have to be paid back, weirdly enough, during a recession, it's actually a little easier to basically what you would call print money.
I had heard that bonds were actually dipping along with the regular market.
Yeah.
Which seemed kind of weird to me.
Yep, because there were a lot of people that literally pulled out of their positions and whatever and are just holding on to cash.
So you're saying that we could do this indefinitely?
No, I'm not saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, I'm not saying that we can do this indefinitely. I'm just saying that that's why it's slightly easier for them to literally create new money during a recession, because bonds sell so well during a recession.
And I understood that, but I wanted to make sure that people the two people that listen, Adam's mom and the guy who accidentally gets this instead of the podcast for the bad place on or good place on Amazon or whatever it was, is that I wanted to make sure people
Actually, both of the plays are my mom. She's played
just listen to it twice. So I wanted people to understand. I wanted you to clarify a little more what you were saying, right? And like I said, I got it, but I wanted people to understand that it doesn't mean that we think that this is sustainable by any means. You can't do this forever, you know.
You
Well,
can.
It's
Andrew Yang, Yang Gang.
you know it's, but you can call it what you want, but I do think a form of single payer healthcare will get a little bit more traction after this.
Yeah,
And
maybe. Yeah.
here's the reason why I think that is because you've got so many uninsured people in the U.S. We get a virus that comes to our shores, and obviously we did not mount a perfect response to the virus, because the perfect response to the virus would have been mass scale testing.
Mount.
I knew that's where he was going. He said pull out earlier, and it took everything I had to subdue my inner 12-year-old.
Right. So now you've officially had a scenario to where you may have somebody that's too poor to go to the doctor. They don't have insurance. They may or may not be eligible for Medicaid. And so now you've got this person that he becomes a disease vector and infects all of these other people because they can't go to the doctor.
Right. He couldn't afford to. Absolutely. And I'm not against.
So what you have is you have one person that, because he can't go to the doctor, he spreads the shit like wildfire, and your cost per person,
right,
because he turns around and infects 30 people.
Right.
Well, those 30 people have to go out and do the same shit that he would have had to have done. So
that's capitalism, buddy. Get on fucking board or get the fuck out.
Well, I mean, just the fact that we what sucks is because of the way everything is structured. And I'm not saying this should be a socialist thing. This should be a whatever thing.
We're
Dude,
a socialist democracy anyway. I mean, we have some socialist programs like Social Security and things like that. And I'm totally I see that a little bit differently. I see that more. And again, people are going to put out the fact that I'm not a Fed fan and all that. I'm not saying I'm not that guy who says disband the Fed completely. Right? We don't need a federal government at all. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is,
I want a fucking disaster.
Right. I want to see reduced. I want to see reduced input from them. I love the fact that we live in a country that at one time was so prosperous that we had the ability to hold up our sick and our poor and keep them from dying and having these ghettos and things like that, which I get we still do. But my problem with universal health care is that we have systems.
You're paying for it already.
Well, is that we've got welfare and all these other programs, right? And they're not working the way that they should, right? They're broken and they need fixed. And my point is why add another thing to it? Let's overhaul the ones we have, fix them, and then just kind of shoehorn that in there before we come up with something totally different.
Well, here's the thing. And here's my argument. If you go back, we'll say 20 years.
1987. Hell yeah.
No, 20 years. This is 2020. Dan don't math well.
That's what I said, 1987.
1987.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Well, anyway, what you had happen around the late 90s, early 2000s is you had two bills that were passed by Congress, or I should say passed by the federal government. The first one was that no emergency room could turn anyone away for their lack of an ability to pay. That is by and large, as far as like after that went into place, healthcare costs literally started to skyrocket.
Yeah, because you had to pay for all of the care and the products and the things that you used. You had to pay for that somehow. It's one of the reasons why medications.
So that's why I say you're paying for it now, fucker.
Right? No, and I get that, but
this is not.
But again, I want to reiterate: I'm not against a universal healthcare system. I'm not saying that. I just don't like the option we were given, a few years ago, and I don't like where people keep coming with this. We're going to start this whole new thing. No, roll it back up into Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, welfare. Keep it part of that system, but overhaul those systems. I have a real serious issue. I think I said on the last podcast that I was on welfare for a short period of time, and I used it for what I believe it's used for. It gave me a hand. I got better. I tried to improve my life. Go ahead.
He gave you a hand.
There we go. Wow.
He gave you a hand.
Somebody needs to get laid. Jesus. Now, okay. So would you get away from the camera? You are freaking me out, man.
He gave you a hand, huh?
That's getting screen printed. And it's just going like here. All right. That is going to be how I promote this. Yes, it gave me.
Yeah, no one's gonna fucking listen now.
I know, right? It gave me a hand, yes, and I moved forward, and I feel like I've paid back into it way more than I ever got out of it, which is exactly how I think it should work. My problem are the folks that could work and don't, should work and don't, or won't, and then the ones that their grandmother, them, and their daughters are all on it, for having kids out of wedlock or whatever. At some point, it's like, stop.
Oh, yeah.
You're abusing the system. And, I deserve this. Government should pay me for this, for that. No. No. So, I don't know. Unpopular opinion these days, I know. But I'm a big purveyor of accountability. I believe that people should, take ownership of the dumb things they do. Like we said earlier about apologies, right? Just come up and say, I fucked up, and because of that, I'm in a shitty situation and now I got to do whatever. But nobody does that. Everybody wants to cry and whine and say it's somebody else's fault. It's just easier that way, So anyway, that's about all I got. I mean, I could sit here and continue to bitch about dumb shit for hours, but.
Yep. So I guess in summary, don't let your dog drive the car.
Don't let your dog drive the car.
Try not to kill your significant other during the lockdown.
And buy a Trumpy bear.
And buy a Trumpy bear.
Totally buy a Trumpy bear.
But if you do kill your spouse, I'm gonna. Was it Chris Rock? I ain't saying it's okay, but I understand. All right, that's all I got. So, fuck both of you and fuck Rich.
Hey Adam, give us some outro crickets.